Hi there. My name is Colleen Arrington, and I am a Team Beachbody coach. We are on a call tonight, and we want to share with all of you a little bit of our inside look at coaching, our coach stories, kind of how we got into coaching and how it's impacted our life. And we're going to, in that, share a little bit about what hesitations or questions about coaching we had and sort of what we found out about that as we've gotten into coaching. So first, we're going to start with an awesome coach on our team, Laurie. Take it away, Laurie.
Hello, everyone. My name is Laurie Bass, and I became a Beachbody coach about 2.5 years ago. Well, my journey it should have started a lot sooner than it did, but Colleen would always come up to me and say, you should be a Beachbody coach. Well, Colleen and I know each other because she was a turbo kick instructor, and I am a fitness professional. I'm a group exercise director, personal trainer, and group exercise instructor. But I was like, I don't need to be a coach. Well, I do. And if you are a fitness professional or in that industry, I believe everyone should be. And here's why. But let me clarify. If you're not a fitness professional, that's okay. Because this profession is about having the passion to help people become healthy. 2.5 years ago, I was fit, but I was not healthy. And I needed something to help me not only get through my day mentally and physically, but just to be energetic and inspiring. And that's my profession, right? Also, I was gaining some weight. So I had to do something. And my weight was, primarily in my belly. So that was my problem. So what did I do? I became a coach. Why? To solve those problems. So coaching and why to coach is to do that, is to, help people find what they're dealing with, a problem, and solve it. And that was mine. So I started with a program called T25 and Shakeology, and I did it every day at home. And I shared that story online, on Facebook. Now, let me tell you, 2.5 years ago, I wasn't even on Facebook. That's another reason I thought I couldn't coach. But you learn that, and you learn that through this community. And so that's what coaching is about. It's about learning how to be healthy, knowing that you have team support to be healthy, and realizing that you don't have to be a professional in the field. But what you do need is passion to help somebody else. Our mission is to eliminate obesity. And that is through daily learning. And that's what coaching is. It's daily learning, inspiring others, and finding a path. It's team support. And that is what I found with coaching. So now, 2.5 years ago, I was like, no way, don't want it. Now, anyone I run into, I encourage them to do it, especially if you're a fitness professional. Because we have this program, the programs that you get at home are efficient and effective. We're all doing them. You're probably doing them yourself. 30 minutes, done. Good nutrition. You learn the best. So after you have that done, the best part is the group community and how you do this business. It's through support and your phone. You can do it anywhere. That's how I do it. And that's what works for me, is supporting others through learning that it's simple steps daily that can be done at home, even if you are a fitness professional in a gym. It supports it. I have 2 types of people. Usually they need the whole package or just half of the package. But that's what coaching is, and that's what this community is that we hope you decide to be a part of. It's learning where you are now, where you want to be, and how do you get there. For me, I'm still a fitness professional, but this opportunity has helped me help people that are very close to me, as well as meet people every day through social media. So now I am going to turn it over to Lindsay so she can share her story.
I went home. And so I was constantly at the gym.
Lindsay, you were just muted. You need to start.
Okay, sorry. So before I had kids, I was always at the gym. I was like front and center. I would go right from work. I would change my clothes in the gym, and I would work out for at least an hour before I went home and made some dinner. So life changed. I had 2 kids. I was working full time. They were both in childcare. And the last thing I want to do after working all day is take my kids to a gym and put them in some more childcare, right? So I just quit working out. I couldn't figure out where to fit it into my schedule. And I was eating for convenience. So we were eating a lot of lean cuisines. We were eating, canned tomato soup, like anything that was quick and easy, because I didn't have time to do anything else. So my second son was over a year old, and I'm stuck in this, sort of routine. And I'm a nurse, so I get to wear scrubs to work every day. And what would happen was the weekends would come, and I'd have to put on regular clothes again, and I would just get frustrated because all I wanted to wear was sweatpants because nothing else fit me. Like none of my clothes fit me right. So I saw a friend who was posting on Facebook about these programs that she was doing, and I thought, I think this is what I need. Like, I think this is what's going to make me feel better. So I watched and I watched and I watched, and finally I contacted her and said, tell me what this is you're doing. So I learned a ton about nutrition. I learned that what I was eating was terrible. I thought that eating lean cuisines were the way to go. But we started changing the way that we bought food, and I would put the kids to sleep, and I would go in the basement and I would work out. And I didn't feel guilty about it. And what I realized is that in 30 minutes, I could get a better workout in my own basement than what I could get at the gym. And it wasn't taking away from family time. So my coach had mentioned to me that there was a way to get a discount, and it was 25% off. And I love a good deal, right? So I said, sure, I'll do it. I literally had no idea what I was doing, nothing. I thought I'll just use the discount. Well, all my coworkers and all my friends are like, Lindsay, what are you doing? Like, you look great. Like, your skin's good. Like, you have so much energy now. So I would tell them what I was doing, and naturally they'd want to join me. So I sort of became from a discount coach to a hobby coach. I had a full-time job, and I really didn't have any interest of making this a business, but I thought if I could share this with people, then why not? I've got so many friends that are, in the same boat as me. They just don't have time to fit in the gym anymore. So I did, and my friends got in this group, and my coworkers were getting great results, and they were thanking me, thinking like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much. Like, I finally feel good again. Like, I'm finally able to keep up with my kids, and I'm not exhausted after work. And I thought, this is awesome. Like, these people are supporting me. We're all on the same journey together. I don't have any expertise that we're learning together. I can share with them what I've learned, and they're now learning. And what happened is they were sharing with the friends around them. And then their friends wanted to come and join in. And so those people became coaches. And so it just naturally came into more of a business than I ever thought it would be. So fast forward to now, 3 years later, I still have just the 2 kids. I am a night shift nurse. I'm still working full time. But the benefit of this is that I get the extra income. I get the extra accountability. I'm able to help my friends and a ton of people that I've met online that have become incredible friends that I can't imagine life without having them in it. And I get to do it on my time. I get to do it right now. My kids are upstairs sleeping, and I get to do it now. The truth is that I was scrolling Facebook anyway. My husband is a big sports fan, and there's never a season, I think, that sports aren't on. So I was just sitting on the couch reading a magazine or scrolling Facebook. So now I have a purpose. Now when I sit next to him on the couch, like, I'm scrolling and I'm checking into fitness groups and I'm talking to my customers, and like, it's so motivating. So it's just a matter of using the time that I already had and what I was already doing in a different fashion. I don't have to clock in anywhere. It's just when I want to do it, when I decide it's convenient for me. So that has been coaching has been the biggest change that I never thought was ever going to happen. My husband and I can now afford things that we never thought we could afford. We're finishing our basement, and we're not worried about all the money that we're going to put into it, because we know we've got this second income, and it's going to be okay. So it was an opportunity that I thought was going to be a discount and turned into so much more. So with that, I'm going to send you over to Tony, and he's going to tell you a little bit about his story.
All right. Thanks, Lindsay. Yeah, my name's Tony Chirac. I've been a coach for a few years now, and I will say that when I first got involved with Team Beachbody, I never heard of Shakeology. The only thing I really heard about was P90X. Colleen introduced that to me as far as Shakeology and this business opportunity. And this is at the same time I was getting certified as a personal trainer. But obviously getting involved with P90X, I realized that the first chest and back routine, I was not in great shape. So that changed things. But honestly, with a sugar addiction for nearly 40 years, with Shakeology coming into play, that I still use that as a crutch until I learned about other foods. And where I learned about other foods, honestly, was in challenge groups, how to eat healthy. So nonetheless, I was a discount coach / hobby coach for a couple years. But then realized, I think I want to make this my profession with Team Beachbody, personal training, and also getting certified as a health coach through integrative nutrition, where I met a lot of other people, learned a lot about different ingredients, raw foods, holistic health, realizing a lot of the stuff in Shakeology is stuff that they talked about. So that was really, really cool to hear that. But, honestly, people ask, what do you do as a coach? Well, I could sit here and say the honest truth. I mean, I do get paid to work out, eat healthy, drink superfood shakes, and play on Facebook. I mean, that's literally what it is. It's a lot of fun, but there's obviously a lot more to that. But I will say, as far as on the professional side, I'm looking at this as far as a personal trainer and also a health coach, but also a Team Beachbody coach, and also working a full-time job, a real job. But with the Team Beachbody Business Center, it's terrific because you have control over your business center. There's no one to tell you what to do and what you should do. There's no quotas. There's none of that. All you're really doing is inspiring other people. And, you dictate your schedule, which sometimes can be difficult because, maybe you're used to having someone else tell you what to do. In this case here, it's kind of nice because you get to tell yourself what to do. You have to motivate yourself. But, if a situation comes up with family, you can control when you need to work. So ultimately, I think that is a really cool situation. As far as fitness professionals are concerned, I know this is as far as personal trainers and health coaches. I'm just blessed and thankful that I don't have to do this all by myself. The honest reason is because as a personal trainer, which is a lot of fun, and I do enjoy that, and health coaching one-on-one. But, let's think about that. If you have 7 clients that you're working with, that's the amount of income you're going to get. You lose one client, you need to get that back. And it's kind of a vicious cycle because it's like a hamster on a wheel, or you running on a treadmill. You're a lot of motion, but you're kind of not going anywhere. Again, I like the idea of the whole concept of personal training, and I do really enjoy that. But it hit me not that long ago, actually a few months ago, when I realized with my Beachbody business, I had probably one of the worst months personally, getting new people into challenge groups and everything like that. But because I've been doing this for a couple of years as a business coach, that was the most successful financial month I've ever had because it was based on my team. And you're thinking long term here. So now you can have actually less clients, give them the same value, but yet earn more money. So I think in that regard, you can't really, it's just very beneficial because now as a professional, you can give someone the personal training if they're local. You can give someone a Beachbody challenge pack, all right? You can also, and that may lead into health coaching. You may have a health coach client, but they need to work out. So now they can get a fitness program through you. So those are all concepts that are incredibly beneficial. I also think too, as far as work-wise, I work in career services I teach in the broadcast industry. I did that for 14 years. Now I'm in career services, and my job is to get internships and jobs for new grads. But what I'm finding out is how difficult the job market is, not just in broadcast and not just for people coming out of school, but for seasoned professionals who have been either let go or they're looking for another job, trying to A, find a job that they enjoy, B, that is decent income, and C, that's sort of close to their house. So they don't have much of a commute. But what I'm realizing is how difficult that is to find employment. And literally when I walked into a meeting about 6 months ago, 5% salary cut for everybody. While everyone else was kind of freaking out, I was sitting there thinking, okay, well, I'm not happy about it, but I'm really, really glad I have this Beachbody business. And with some issues with my son, high functioning autism, some other things kind of going on with, kids and, expenses. It's nice to know that I can take out of this Beachbody fund that continues to grow and take out of that whenever I need to pay for medical bills, vacations for the family, which is great to have that taken care of as well too. And have a little bit of a savings account as well. I mean, I think it's all beneficial. I mean, just the camaraderie in the groups, the personal development, which I never even knew about. It's the best education on the planet. And honestly, working with other professionals in these groups, we all work together. So you're all learning from other people. So it's a continuous learning cycle. And I couldn't ask anything more as far as just the continuous education within the groups. So that's my story. I'm going to turn it over to Colleen, and she's going to tell you more.
Thanks, Tony and Lindsay and Laurie. It's been awesome hearing all of your stories. Every time I do, I just love it. And I'm so excited and proud of our growing and amazing team. I'm going to switch over to have all of us showing here. So you're seeing each of us. But I want to share just a little bit about how I got into coaching, and we'll wrap things up. So I became a coach just over 4 years ago, and I had just started teaching Turbo Kick, like Laurie mentioned, and I really was ready to look at my own nutrition, and Shakeology was available and had been introduced to me several times, but I was really ready to take a look at it and to make some changes in my life. The reason that is the prior year I had gone through one of the most challenging years ever. My son was diagnosed with autism, and it was a very challenging, tough experience at first. And I was just starting to get a handle on that and figure out how I was going to help my family get through this really tough time and figure out how to help my son. We were not ready to be stuck in what we could have thought of as a tragedy or a horrible life sentence or something. We did not believe that. And we were ready to look for hope and ready to look for what we're going to do to create the kind of future we wanted. I knew I needed some strength, and I needed some energy, and I needed to take care of myself to be able to do that. Anybody who has children, anybody who has challenges in your life, you know that if you are running on empty, you cannot care for the other people and the other things in your life the way that you want to. So I said, I need to take care of myself with Shakeology, with good nutrition, and with working out. I couldn't go to the gym anymore. It just was too much to have my kids go to the daycare there, or to constantly be leaving them both with my husband after he finished a day of work. And so I decided I need to be able to work out at home. I got the workouts. I could do them in 30 minutes. I could do them even while the kids were there. I could do them in the early morning, or even if they were gone at activities or things. I started doing that and absolutely loved it, and thought maybe I could help a few other people with this. So I started to invite others to join my team and be a part of that community with me. I started to realize how much of an impact I could have on other people's lives, other coaches' lives who decided to say, I think I can help other people too. I want to do this. I want to help my family. I want to help my people that I care about. And so I started to really realize how much I love the team part of becoming a coach and being a coach. And it's such a positive community. But before I could get into the team aspect of it, I really had to get over my hesitation about sales. I had been a previous social worker, a counselor. I was always about helping people. I had never sold anything besides Girl Scout cookies in my life. So I was quite a good Girl Scout cookie seller, but that's about it. And I was really uncomfortable with asking people to buy things from me. But as I realized, I'm not asking people to buy things from me. I'm offering them an opportunity to create a healthier and better and more energetic life. So many of the people that were coming into the groups with me were increasing their happiness in their life, increasing their marriage relationship, improving their marriage relationship, having relationships with their kids where they were able to go and do their activities and run and play with them rather than sitting on the couch or waving at them and watching them from the inside. So I really realized it wasn't about sales. It wasn't about sales at all. It was about doing what I believed in, about living healthy, about sharing that with other people and inviting them to join with me. And as I did that, my team continued to grow, and those coaches continued to share their experience with others and bring those coaches in. And we have such an amazing community. I absolutely love my team and could just go on and on about them forever. But it's such a community. I grew up an only child, and I grew up not playing sports. I was not good at any athletics until I found working out, like fitness and weightlifting. I love it. It was great. But I finally kind of found that community piece and that team aspect with being a coach and with being on our team. So that's been a really cool part of the team experience as well. Lastly, how it's impacted my life has been tremendous. I stopped working prior to when I found out my son was diagnosed with autism. I worked for a year and I was about to go crazy. So I stopped working, became a coach about 6 months later, and decided I never want to return to a full-time job again. I always want to be available to my kids and be able to help my son when it's needed, help my younger son and go to their activities. So I decided that coaching was enough and I was going to make coaching be all that I needed. So along with my husband's income and supplementing that so he doesn't have the full financial responsibility for our family, being a full-time coach, although I don't work full-time hours, has really allowed our family to do so many things and for us to have that stability. So I know I don't have to go back to a full-time job and I can do what I need to for my family. So wrapping it up, thank you so much for listening to all of us and kind of hearing all of our stories. I hope we answered some of your questions and some of your thoughts about how coaching fits into different people's lives and what types of areas it can help improve in so many different aspects of life. Thanks a lot for watching. Please talk to the coach that referred you to this webinar, and we would love to see you on our team soon. Thanks a lot.